Ready when you are, CB. Do I start in Canada or Mexico?
We didn't do Animal Kingdom.
You really AK hate us?
Well, I remember when we did the Scream episode. I call it Scream episode. That's my favorite episode, and I was actually pregnant during that episode. So when you see me running down the halls, I have a baby. I was about 4 or 5 months pregnant with my last child, and that was kind of uncomfortable for me, but also my favorite.
Not that I recall. What are you all doing here? Where are we anyway? Okay.
This is amazing. This is amazing. I never realized it, but it's like I got this. Bill, but because of Bill, and we have this extra family. And it really is we're all part of one family. We're not necessarily husbands and wives and sons and daughters and all brothers and sisters. We're just all this family of people. And we're all just people. And they've been brought together as a family. It's kind of amazing.
Tell me, and I'll agree with you. It's best to always agree with her.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, thinking about the show, there were so many fun and amazing guest stars. Do you guys have a favorite that's come on?
You guys know them all. Let them answer.
I mean, the big joke is that we had so many people from the 70s and 80s that we had no idea who they were. Yeah, you guys were excited to have the monkeys. Get up on stage with the monkeys.
We had the monkeys. We had some great old comedians that you guys would know, but your parents maybe should. We had a lot of great stories. We had Olivia with Juliet and Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, Hussey. Yeah.
Hussey, yeah.
And we had wrestlers too. Vader came on, and Mankind came on. And then we had guest stars. It's one of the things we talked about on the podcast. We had guest stars that just kind of stole an episode. Like, we just talked to Alicia Haley, who sang the Shout the Boy song, and was like the Alanis Morissette kind of. Or Don Marrero. Don Marrero came on. Yeah, it was so fun. We had great kind of guests that came on the entire time. It was really fun.
Well, this November actually marks the 25th anniversary of Corey and Topanga getting married.
What anniversary is that? Silver! Alright.
Silver! I'm gonna treat myself to some silver when I get home. I can't believe I've been married for 25 years.
Do you guys think that they were too young to get married at that time though?
Yes! Now, it worked out for them, and kudos to them. And, you know, there are always going to be those success stories. Tony Quinn here has known his wife since they were in high school. They are still happily married. And, you know, there are stories of it working out, but I would say on a whole, getting married right out of high school is not usually ideal.
But it's fine. We love Corey and Topanga, and it worked out. It's good. But one that didn't work out that I wanted to see was Sean and Angela. Was that work itself out ever?
Well, it's good it didn't work out because people still talk about it because it didn't work out, you know.
That's a good way to
I just like saying Sean and Angela all the time. It's really, sometimes it's very short.
That's a good way to think about it. Yeah, I mean, we've gone back, you know, when we were doing Girl Meets World, it was a big discussion, you know, because we knew we wanted to bring Trina back and sort of try and resolve it. But it was also like, you know, very openly, we were like, do people really talk about their 17-year-old relationships this much in their 30s? You know, it was like, you know, because obviously Sean and Angela would have moved on and like lived their life. But of course, in the context of a TV show, everybody knows our characters as, you know, together, destined for each other to a certain degree. And so it was a lot of discussion. And, you know, ultimately the writing staff was like, well, let's have Sean end up with Maya's mom, and you know, and it doesn't always, because the Romeo and Juliet of Boy Meets World is Corey and Topanga, and they ended up together, so we can't also have Sean and Angela end up together. That was the logic, and then of course there's been a backlash ever since.
It's a hard thing to try and do a show where you want to pay homage to the show that came before it. You want to touch on the nostalgia factor for it was supposed to be, the idea was that it'd be parents watching, didn't have children that tuned into Disney Channel to watch us, and then we're like, this show really seems to be about some young kids. And I don't think I like it as much.
And then there were young kids going, why are they spending so much time on
He's
Sean?
He's old. And they're getting a lot of applause. So it was tough, and I think it was something that was discussed behind the scenes. How do you do both? How do you make sure you're catering to both? And, you know, in some ways we succeeded, and in other ways we didn't. But, you know, you make a valiant effort, and we had overall we had a good time.
Are you guys still in touch with that younger cast at all?
I am, very much so, yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
And he was tap dancing in public, performing. When he was about 7, he started tapping, and his mother had him acting. So he was a child performer, very much a performer at first, and then went on to a Broadway play, and then was drafted, so he served in the Army. Very luckily in Italy, not in the front. And then has gone on. He had a really tough period when he got out of the Army. He went to Northwestern. That's where we met. I was 18, and he was like 21 or something. And then he very successful at Northwestern. Everything was good. Got to New York, and it was tough for him. I did better. I did. I just fit in there, and people didn't know what to do with it. And so, it took him about 10 years. What? Oh. Yeah. But I mean, he's been performing, acting for it's about 90 years. And that's a long time. He went into this group, and it was like he was there with they just after the younger. But it was the same group. It was actors, and he was treated them like actors, not like kids. And he grew. I think he grew to love them all. I know.
He scared the hell out of us. So terrified. So terrified. Yes. His presence he never missed a line, he never missed a mark, and it was whenever he spoke, the car from Knight Rider was talking. It was done. He also did not tell us that he was a child actor. Oh, so he didn't tell us that at all. He just treated us all like equals, and it was one of those. If you got the look, and we all know the look, that's all it took was just. And you go, oh, okay. And you stop clowning around or doing something. So it was, in some ways it was very scary, but in other ways, every other job I went to, I was one of the most professional people on the set because I worked with Bill Daniels. So, it was great. And if you could get him to laugh, it was the coolest thing. It's like you just unlocked the final level of the video games. Like, just got him to laugh. It was really great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But you know, it's amazing because we never wanted to. Well, we liked working together, but we had very separate careers. So we went through 7 years of St. Elsewhere. Most people never knew we were married. They never knew together. So I think he has managed to keep our life kind of private in a way, in a good way. So we've never been part of the mainstream, doing all this stuff and doing all the shows. And this is our show. We've been very lucky. We've been very. Luck has a lot to do with it. How this all got put together is amazing, and it's very, very lucky. We can go back to directors, we can go back to everybody, teachers on the set. Wonderful people, all the way. So we're all very lucky, very lucky.
Well, when thinking of Mr. Feeney, he gave the best advice. So what is the best advice that Williams gave Felix?
What is the best advice? Who do you want for him to give to?
What was the best advice that William gave to the cast? Because
the
Mr.
cast.
Feeney gave great advice. Yeah.
Best advice that Mr. Feeney, William, would give to the cast.
He said, just try to behave, please.
Because they were young and they were having a lot of fun, and I was taking it very seriously. So I would avoid them while they fooled around until we were going to roll. And then I'd come out and we'd do our scenes. I guess it worked out all right. I grew to love them. I didn't appear, so I could knock off the dialogue pretty fast and get the hell out of there.
Would you say Michael, please, Bill? Bill, would you do the voice of Kid for us? Would you say Michael?
You just been listening to it.
Michael Turbo Boost? Can you say Michael Turbo Boost?
We want to hear it. Just say Michael.
I got a story just recently. A friend of ours' mother passed away. Oh, it was in her 90s. This is a funny story. And they brought her back a big, the kids, their sons, who were friends of our son, brought back a great big cardboard thing of Bill advertising for Hughes Market. And it was a big cutout, you know, there he was standing there saying, if you're as fussy as I am, it was like from St. Elsewhere, if you're as fussy as I am, you will talk. Okay, so the joke is that when Bill was being paid thousands of dollars to do this, hating every moment of it, not wanting those things, you know, strictly for the money, he was not advertised, he was questioned in some kind of a program. And he said, no, I shop at Yelson's. And he was fired that day. And he was so glad. All that money gone. He hated doing it. All of those things were like a joke. In New York, they brought him in to do a commercial, and they said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to climb up these stairs and like you're painting and you're doing something over there. And he said, that's what you want me to do? And he did, yeah, that's okay. I don't think I'll do that. He's always done that kind of negative